E-commerce with Cocktails Podcast, the only podcast dedicated to e-commerce technology professionals and cocktail aficionados. With your hosts, Gary Schoch, Brian Gillespie, and Johnn Tinch.
Hey guys, let's get it going. This is Gary Schoch. We got Commerce and Cocktails Podcast. Who would have thought? we are just gonna let some ideas fly in this thing. Everybody, I am responsible for our commerce business globally, and I cannot wait to hear what two of my best friends and colleagues in arms here, Mr. Tinch and Mr. Gillespie, have to say. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves.
Hey, yeah. So, Gary, thank you. Brian Gillespie, I'll tell you what, it is going to be a pleasure doing this, as you might see in the near future with some of our content. It's going to be a blast doing this with you guys. We've had a lot of fun the last, 18 months or so working together. And, we finally have the time now, believe it or not, to sit down and do these podcasts. And, it's funny because we've had these great conversations over the past year and a half. And I think what we've realized is we have to get these out there, just from a thought leadership, from just our ideas and what we're seeing in the industry. So it's great. So looking forward to it. So just my role here is pretty simple, right? Product management. I have the pleasure of working on strategy, roadmap, and the direction for our HCL Commerce product. Mr. Tinch.
Awesome. Well, I got to say, a few times in your career, do you get the opportunity to work with people that not only do you appreciate them as colleagues, but you appreciate them personally. You just get along so well, and you get in an environment where ideas flourish, right? Where we're knocking stuff off of each other, and it's just a wonderful time. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity we've got. I can work with great people. I've got a great team, and I'm Johnn Tinch. I'm CTO for Commerce, which really just means they let me play with technology and pay me for it. So, which for a geek like me, it couldn't be any better. And I love it. I love being able to help customers with the kind of stuff that we're being able to play with. I love being able to help my team learn. I love riffing about ideas about, one of my favorite soapboxes right now is the death of multi-tenancy, right? Those kind of things. And people are like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I've got something for you. So the technology's here, the people are here. It's just awesome. Just awesome.
I always think of you, John. John, you're the man with the shiny objects now. And then Gary, we have Mr. Personality. Let's.
I think we got a little personality amongst us all.
You get the three of us going, and this is where the gold is. You guys bring thinking, make me think a different way, just come up with different stuff. But here's the thing, none of it's ivory tower stuff, right? No. We're sitting here just really, we're taking advantage of what we have in this role. And, unfortunately COVID's going on, but the topics we want to talk about aren't just me, you, and three of us sitting around. Not sometimes, but a lot of it's rooted in, I just talked to this client about the 6 things they're doing. Or we're in this luxurious position, right? We've all run projects. We've been on the delivery side. But the beauty of a role like this is we get to really take and work with so many clients and see so many different things. We can come up with great ideas. And it's not just 3 of us. John, you nailed it. What I always talk about, we're a creative democracy, right? You've got people we've just hired that are like brand new, and they're coming out with all kinds of ideas of what's possible based on what they're hearing. We all have blind spots. And I think we've just got this culture going, and that's what we want to share on these calls is, multi-tenancy is dead. Well, there's more behind that. We can explain what we mean, API frameworks, really? I'm like, okay, we've seen all these things, right? We hear all these stories. It's only making us better. And I'm looking forward to sharing things like that, things around stuff our clients are doing digitally and never thought to do before. Right? Things that they need.
And the adoption's there now, right?
It is, and it's more than technology, right? From a technology perspective, I 100% agree. But here's the beautiful part about commerce and what we do. I can go across the hall from my house right now and talk to my 16-year-old daughter about commerce and how that generation is interacting and how they're buying and their thought process. And we can get mean, that's the beautiful part about everyone understands it. I mean, you look at I have 8-year-old nephew. I mean, he knows what that icon is to buy something and have it on his doorstep the next day.
Right.
That's how, right. I mean, so
you said that about your nephew. I never will forget when iPads first came out, and parents were giving them to kids, and you take that 1-year-old and you hand them just something to play with, keep them busy for a minute or something, and they just natively do this.
Yeah. The human gesture idea.
You didn't teach them that. They saw you do it, maybe, possibly, but they're like, well, I'm zooming in, zooming out, flipping through pictures.
Yeah. And from a theme of commerce and cocktails, that just was the perfect situation where you gave them that so you could go off and make your drink. Right? They're busy. And Dad, Dad, come here and help me. No, you got this.
You got this. Oh,
so
awesome.
I think that's going to be just some of the things that we are going to get to be able to have some fun with.
Yep, looking forward to it.
It's time. Looking forward to it, guys.
Yep.
Happy Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Until the next one.